Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's T, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Taryn. In today's video, we are going to be doing a 2020 recap of what's happening in 2021 with me, what I'm manifesting, what I'm writing down on my vision board, and a few quick tips for you guys if you are trying to do the same right now. So if you're new, be sure to hit the subscribe button and let's just jump right into it. I feel like from what I'm seeing, a lot of people are kind of dismissing 2021 goals, New Year's resolutions, and anything of the sort, and for all good reasons. I have no hate against that. I completely see why people are doing it and being like, we're not gonna do that this year. Because you see how 2020 turned out? Nah, like let's not do that. But I will say that I am going to still keep setting goals, new resolutions for myself. And I wonder, are you doing the same thing? Let me know down below. What are your feelings towards this no 2021 whatever resolutions? And I'm good, sis. Like, I'm not gonna do that, but I'm here to watch you. However, when it comes to the goals that I've been setting, I kind of started about a month ago what I wanted to do for myself in the future, in the short-term future, and I'm just bringing all those goals along with me into 2021. That's how I started this. That's how I'm gonna keep doing it. I will also say I do have New Year's resolutions, and it's okay if you have them. Do you. Just do you. Ignore the hype, and if you don't want to, it's really okay. I feel like 2020 had its ups and downs, obviously. I feel like I did learn a hell of a lot about myself in 2020, and really towards the end of it started visualizing what I want, what's to come out of this, especially in the next couple of years. 2020 is literally over in like less than 24 hours, and that's pretty much insane to me. Insane. Like, we all stayed at home. Well, some of us stayed at home in 2020, but a lot of us did stay at home, and the time just flew. Like, I don't know where the year went, to be honest. So a quick tip and piece of advice for what I'm doing is setting realistic goals for myself as well as dreamy goals, if that makes sense. So my realistic goals: physical health, my actual health, waking up before 7 a.m. Like, those are pretty realistic. But then we have the dream goals, like YouTube goals and things that I know may be harder to get to. Like, those are my reach goals. Does that make sense? Like, I would say definitely set both, but also really tap into those realistic goals and set a plan of action to actually do them. So with each goal that I have, there's a plan attached to it, step by step, of what I can do personally in my life to achieve said goal. It's one thing to write the goal down, which, don't get me wrong, that's a great first step to manifest or write down your manifestations or write down that goal, whatever it is. But also behind it, you have to have a plan of action, because if you don't, then to be honest, it's just a goal on a piece of paper, and what good does that do for anyone? Nothing. So for example, when it comes to waking up in the morning and setting my tone for the day and my mental health, I tag along a whole morning routine that goes along with that. And I'm still tweaking my morning routine as I go. It's different every day, but it still has the same sense to it. So I'm trying to be up out of bed before 7 a.m. I am meditating as soon as I get out of bed, right after my teeth are brushed, because but it goes along with what I want. So if I want more of a clear mind and healthy body, I need to implement that into my morning routine. I need to be working out before 9 a.m. because I know myself, and I know that if I don't, it's never going to get done. So you see how there's a plan of action after every goal? That would be my advice, is to be realistic, but also make a plan, be actionable about it, and hold yourself accountable. And my last year's 2019 recap video, which is crazy to watch, I will link it above if you want to dabble into that. It's crazy to see, one, the growth, what goals I did stick to, and then also where 2020 even ended up. So while you may be planning everything, we've learned it may just all go to, it may all go to the wayside, and that's okay. I did do a vision board last year, and last year I did a physical vision board, which I actually still have, so it's cool to see that. Like, especially after I moved, I still have all the pieces to it that I can recreate. But this year I decided to do a digital version of a vision board. I got this idea from another YouTuber, I think, and really can't remember who it was. I think I just saw it when I was scrolling through videos, and I created a visual one on digitally. Wow, why was that so terrible to get out? And I threw it together, and I just blurted out what I would do if I was just writing down manifestations and my goals on a piece of paper. I just did it visually, and I will insert what it looks like right here. And there's lots of pros and cons when it comes to vision boards. The cons is that, especially when it comes to the physical ones, is that your dreams and your goals may be constantly changing, which means you have to go back into that board and physically change it. You know what I mean? But digitally is quicker, easier access to it, especially if you are hanging your vision board up or framing it like a lot of people do. Digitally, you can just make one that's evolving all the time. And that's why I chose to do it, because you know, it gets a little tiring taking down and time. And we're trying to make things easier in 2021, okay? A pro to the digital vision board is that I can set it as my phone's background. I mean, if that's not a way to see your goals all the time when we're constantly on our phones and looking at our screens, then maybe I don't know what it is, okay? If you go online, there's a million different templates you can use. I personally suggest using Canva. It's the easiest. A lot of them are very cute, aesthetically pleasing. You know how we like it around here. Like, everyone loves the good aesthetics. So I chose a template that was already made and just tweaked it, like added more to it, moved things around. Did it like with my like personal branding, like the Taryn touch, you know, added my little saying, look good, feel good, be good, and just tweak it around. So it's very accessible for anyone to create one online. So I highly suggest it. That's my route that I'm going this year. And maybe along the way, I'll update my physical one and hang it back up. Since I moved, I haven't really been hanging a lot of things up. So, you know, don't fault me for that one. I will say that a lot of my personal goals and my personal like resolutions are similar to what they were last year, and that's completely okay. If anything, they're just a little bit more advanced, a little bit more, I guess, adultish, because let's be real, right after graduation I was still like, I don't know what I'm doing. But at least like now I'm a little bit more grounded, I'm in a better mind space, I'm in a better space physically, and I can kind of see more clearly. For example, financially, I've always had finance goals, but now that I know the ins and outs of my budget sheet, my income, and figuring that out, I can go into a little bit more detail and create a better plan of action. I'm telling you, if you don't have no action, ain't nothing gonna get done. And I just want to close it out with 3 of my top goals for 2021, especially following the roller coaster of this previous year. And maybe it'll spark something in you, maybe it'll spark some joy, some inspiration. Let me know down below what some of your goals are, but here are my top 3. So the first one is to be more consistent on YouTube and in any projects that I do in my day-to-day lives. If you haven't noticed, I did get a new header. I created a new header photo. And it actually has a schedule for my YouTube videos, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. That way I wrote it down, I can't backtrack from it, and I have to hold myself accountable to it. And when it comes to consistency, that means planning. Using my planners, all of them, writing things down, writing everything down, using my calendars more digitally, physically, whatever the case may be for you, and making it happen. Writing it down, I'm telling you, is a great way to hold yourself accountable. At number 2, I have physical health, and that may sound a bit broad, but I did start getting back into my supplement and vitamins routine, which is very important to me. It's very key to feeling good on the inside out. If you want to know what those are, I can definitely create a video for you, and you can go from there, see if it'll work for you too, or just spark some inspiration. And it also means being consistent with my daily exercise regimen, and it can change every day, but holding myself to it and not backing down is very hard to hold yourself to that when most of the gyms are closed. So if your gym is open, I don't really like you, but I need to know that even though there's not a gym, I can still work out, I can still be active, I can still make it happen. So I just want to be a little bit better about that in 2021. For number 3, this one's very important to me, which is more income. And knowing that I'm gonna have to hustle for that, and I'm going to just have to eat it up. So if that means doing something that I don't want to do and just pushing myself to do it, that's just what it is. I have a lot of financial responsibilities on my shoulders that maybe I'll go into more detail in another video, but that's very hard to maintain, and especially with the income that I have now. So I need to find more ways to boost my income, make it happen, suck it up kinda, and just do it. Basically, that is a big goal for me, and it's gonna be one of my hardest goals to accomplish, but I know in due time it will happen, and I know that something bigger is gonna come along with that. Yeah, those are my top 3 goals for the new year, going into the new year, continuing what I've been manifesting and meditating about for the past couple months. I also shared my vision board with you, and some people, you know, that may not be your thing, and that's totally fine. I do also recommend, if you don't want to do that, just write it down. Go get yourself a notebook, cute notebook, and just jot things down when they come to your mind. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And as mentioned, you really don't have to have 2021 goals after what we've been through this year, after what a lot of people have gone through. I forgot who tweeted this, maybe Diddy. He said something about 2020 didn't spark hustle in you or something like that, and I was like, wrong. No. It's totally okay not to have goals right now, to not have a plan of action at the moment. It's really okay. I totally understand why people don't. This is just my personal preference. This is where I am right now in my headspace, and I just really wanted to share that with you and share what I'm thinking, what I'm planning, and what I want for myself in the next 12 months. I hope that was helpful. I hope that my little tips and tricks were a little inspiring for you to, you know, do it for yourself if you want to. Let me know down below what your plans are, if you don't have plans, whatever the case may be. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.